Hello, my name is Haywire, I'm a man, and today I'm embarking on a journey. I have tasked myself to create a Fakemon gym leader of each of the 18 types. How I'm going to do this is using this generator, choosing a type, generating 3 Pokemon, drawing them in my vague approximation of Ken Sugimori's style, and deciding what kind of gym leader would train these horrible little creations that I make. Now, the generator's results are mixed, to say the least, so I'm excited to see what happens. Please remember to leave a like if you enjoy this video, and subscribe, because if people subscribe while I'm making this content, it will make me think, oh shoot, people like this, I don't want to keep switching up what content I want to make. Today, we're going to tackle the fire types, because fire type is marketable, and I'm starting a YouTube channel here. Gotta get me that clickable thumbnail, you know what I'm saying? So, the first Pokemon I generated is this little cat-looking fella. I think he's probably derived from Mienfoo. Mienfoo? I don't know how you pronounce that, so feel free to correct me in the comments. But I think this generator kind of draws from Generation 1 to 6 with some Generation 7 Pokemon to figure out what a Pokemon looks like. I think he's a Mienfoo clone, so to speak. Please do ignore the fact that I forgot to record my sketching process for this one. Literally the first Pokemon I draw for this series, and I forget to record the sketch. What a good sign. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with this guy. He was quite clear. I think I was pretty lucky with all the designs I got given for this video. And I promise I don't fudge it. I just used the first 3 that I generated, but you have no way of knowing that, so enjoy staying up at night wondering if I'm lying to you, or if the YouTube man would be so cruel. I think he'd be like a first stage of a 2-stage family, possibly even, I know that they're kind of weasels, right? But maybe like a cat and mouse counterpart to Mienfoo and Mienshao. Maybe it evolves into like a different type or a different fighting style. He is firefighting, which I'm sure many people would be dismayed to hear. Thankfully, most of my work here isn't really generating new ideas, and it's more just correcting the weird quirks of the generator's process. I have no idea how this thing works. I'm just silly artist man, here to entertain myself and draw silly little creatures. Meet Submitten, the wrestling Pokemon. It shares its classification with Hawlucha, and its name originates from submission, mitten, kitten, and smitten. It's a counterpart to Mienfoo, with the same base stat total and similar abilities. Mienfoo has a disciplined fighting style, whereas Submitten is very reckless. Being based on wrestling, its fighting style is a lot more chaotic. Next up, we have my worst nightmare, a design with geometric elements. I am so used to drawing organic forms that when I'm presented with anything with hard edges, I panic a bit, and drawing this dude felt like it took 3 hours, even though it took about half that time. I was watching Moon Knight, maybe I just got like too absorbed into the show. Anyway, you can see that I edited the pose a lot. I struggled to draw legs, so I really had to put a lot of time and effort into making sure that they didn't look completely out of place. I ended up making this guy very subtly asymmetrical. I'm a really big fan of asymmetrical designs in Pokemon. The most obvious example is Absol, but even designs like Colossal are asymmetrical, and to me it makes it look more natural, particularly for rock types. Now this guy isn't a rock type, he looks like a rock type, but he is a ground type, actually. His body is magma, and he's based on like the Earth's crust, because that is where fire and ground meet. He also has rocks in his design. I'm sorry? He'd be triple type if Game Freak ever decided to break the balance of the game, I guess? I just tried to do what was most logical with what the design looked like that I was given. If you would like me to take more creative liberties in the future, please let me know in the comments. Meet Mantust, the Mantle Pokemon. Its name is based on mantle, crust, and dust. Its soft, near-liquid body is made of magma, and the shell around its head can close like a Pokeball to offer some protection. It is a fire and ground type, and despite its mischievousness, it can be a very helpful Pokemon. The last Pokemon design for this video before I get onto the gym leader is this little guy. I thought he looked a little bit like a bug type, with his eyes resembling those of a butterfly or something. Actually, it's a fairy type instead. It made me think of all of those insects that mimic other insects to scare off predators, so I thought I'd kind of incorporate that into this thing's lore. It looks to me almost like an evolution. It reminds me of Absol, a single stage or maybe two stage Pokemon that is quite rare and powerful despite its small size. I couldn't decide what the little things at the base of its neck were for a while. I thought they might be arms or mandibles, but I decided to go with armor because, I'll be honest, it looked really cool. This is another one where I reworked the pose a lot. I'm really happy with how it turned out. A piece of art advice I've been given a few times is to push my poses further and be a little bit more dynamic with what I draw, and I feel like I managed to do that here. I had the issue that this one, along with Submitten, doesn't really look like a fire type that much, so the whole theme of it being a mimic also helps justify that. I decided that because it's fire and fairy, a fire fae is the Willuwisp, so it is based on that. Meet Willuwisp, the giddy flame Pokemon. Its name is based on Willuwisp and illusion, and its category is based on the Latin name for a Willuwisp. These guys can be found in the depths of dark forests, and they look like bug types to deter some people, but those they're interested in, they will present beautiful flames to try to entice them. Its signature move, Multi-Flame, is a special attack with a base power of 50. It is guaranteed to confuse the opponent. Also, this is my favorite one in the video, and also, it has a really cool shiny. I would say if I do say so myself, but I know I'm right, and you do too. The final part of this video is making a gym leader to go along with the 3 Fakemon I've already created. My initial idea was that I would use the 3 artworks I've already made and then put them in a composition with the art of the gym leader, but then I decided I would like to use my art style and the Sugimori arts I've given different lighting to, kind of different line weights. I don't know how they'd translate size. I'm making a full illustration with 4 characters in it. Do I regret it? I don't know, I'm actually recording this before I've drawn it yet. I'm really freaking scared. God help me! Anyway, I will be quiet now, and I will let you watch the drawing with some nice music on in the background, and I'll be back in a bit to explain the premise. So, here she is, Faye, the somethingth gym leader of the something region. I have no idea what this challenge is going to lead to, whether I'll use these 18 gym leaders for something. Anyway, when I looked at the 3 designs, I struggled a little bit to find a common theme between them. I decided that since Mantust looks like a little rock golem troll guy, Willuwisp is a Willuwisp, and Submitten is a cat, all of these kind of lend themselves to a witch living in a cottage in the woods type gym leader. So that's exactly what Faye is. I don't know all that much about her, but I do know she brews her own potions, which I think after you beat her gym, you can go and buy from her. They heal a little bit more than a regular potion, maybe 50 hit points, and make your Pokemon more friendly toward you too. Overall, I'm happy with how this gym turned out. It's weird to think that this was all left up to pretty much RNG at the start, but I'm glad we ended up where we ended up. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with someone else you think would enjoy it, and let me know what you'd like to see from me in the future. And if you have any thoughts on what I've created here, what do you think these Pokemon would evolve from or into? Where do you think you'd find them in existing games? And what do you think Faye's gym challenge might be? With that, I'm gonna wrap up episode 1. I'll see you in the next one, whenever that happens. And I don't have an outro yet, so I guess I'll just say, have a good day, and thank you very much for watching. It means a lot.